Welcome, Sleep Sisters, YouTubers, the Facebooks, and my subscribers. Um, Another episode of Cooking with Sleep Sister. I'm Sleep Sister Angelique, and right now I am going to make some pork chops, rotisserie pork chops, and some greens. I've already started on my greens. I put them on, but I'm going to also add turnips to the greens as well. For my greens, I used onions, um, garlic, pepper, and a little bit of seasoning to add in there. Some onions, some vinegar, little dash of sugar, and hot habanero pepper for that kick-off spice. Right now, it is on the stove. It's cooking, as you can see here. So, my greens are almost done. I also boiled a turkey wing and 2 pieces of neck bones. So, like I said, it's pretty much almost done. It doesn't really take a lot to do greens. I love my greens, and I'm glad to just have a craving for them. And these are curly mustard greens, so you guys can see curly mustard greens. Pretty good. And like I said, I just added a few little seasonings. I saved the broth from the meat, to pour in whenever I need it. These are turnips. I'm going to go ahead and add the turnips. I just got 2 little small bulks of turnips. And in no respect. And also, because I don't like to use a lot of salt and stuff, I use this to substitute all of the extra seasonings that I like to put in. And it really brings out the flavor in your food. So try getting some Knorr's chicken flavor bouillon. They also have tomato flavor and things like that. But the best bet, I like is this particular one. I am going to make some cornbread, but it's not for me. It's for my significant other who eats cornbread. He loves cornbread. For me, if I was to eat it, it would be just a little piece or something like that, but I wouldn't really eat on my cornbread. I'm just happy and content with my pork chops. So, I'm just going to go ahead and season up my pork chops. I'm going to turn my oven on so I can get ready to do my cornbread. I'm going to use this rack. This is the rack that it goes on. And this here. For the rotisserie, as you can see, I just got it. It's going to be my second time using it. And so I'm going to try to use this here. Again, I'm just going to go through the seasoning for what I'm using for my pork chops. I'm going to beat the pork chops once I season, or I can just simply tenderize them now. And I'm just going to kind of just put some holes in them so the seasoning can go through. Now remind y'all, I'm not a chef. I'm just telling you that I'm cooking, and this is the things that I'm doing when I cook. So, if you guys have any comments or anything, you guys feel free to comment below. But this is just to show you what I'm doing. I'm going to add some smoke. Now this is to my taste. You see me shaking and shaking and shaking, but that's only because there's hardly nothing coming out. But this is the Montreal steak seasoning. I know I'm having pork chops, but I love different types of seasonings on my food. And one of the things I like to do is sometimes when I make chicken and bake chicken in the oven, I'll use the Montreal chicken, or I'll use the Montreal steak, just depending on how I feel. But sometimes when you get that mixed flavor, you just kind of like, brings out a taste bud that just is really awesome. The taste really turns out to be awesome. So I'm just only using a little bit of this one. Put that there. Then I'm going to use a little bit of garlic salt. When you really boil down to it, it's probably going to turn out to be maybe a teaspoon, if that. This is my garlic pepper I'm going to put on last. This is another the roasted garlic and herb seasonings. I'm going to go ahead and put that on there, just to give it a special pizzazz. And like I said, by the time you finish sprinkling everything, and a lot of this stuff doesn't have beef like this here, roasted garlic and herbs. There's no salt in it. You just want the taste, the flavoring. That's all. The only real seasoning that I'm going to put on here is like the garlic salt, a little bit of the Montreal steak sauce. Salt. I'm sorry. This here is just a little bit of red pepper. You know, because sometimes the actual Montreal steak already has black pepper in it, so this is just a little bit of red pepper. This is my cayenne. This is my Mrs. Dash, because we have all the flavorings you can think of in here. Remember, I told y'all on my last one, I like my Mrs. Dash. You should always use a pinch of salt. Just always use a pinch of salt. If you don't do anything else, just use a pinch of salt. My pinch of salt, unfortunately, is not trying to come out because my hands are wet. Okay. And last is my garlic pepper. My garlic powder. I'm going to use a little rub here. And what I'm going to do with the rub is I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit on the meat. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the other meat. Alright. I'm just going to take the other meat and just go like this here. This is another way of tenderizing your meat. Getting your meat together. Alright. Now what I'm going to do is, and in a rotisserie, it only takes like 20 minutes to actually do your meat. So usually this here would fit about 4 pieces of pork chops in here. But I don't need that much. And then I am going to put my wrap on top. There we go. There we go. My wrap is on top. And then I'm going to place my my rotisserie on, stick it in the oven, and then I'll be there for about maybe 20 minutes, and then we'll be done. So I'll come back with part 2 to let you see how it looks. It never fails. I always come back and let you see what it looks like afterwards. You have a wonderful day, and don't forget to tune in to part 2 with green and turnip, along with rotisserie pork chops and cornbread.